Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Well, good morning. Nonstop News starts right now. We are the only TV station, by the way, in town commercial free for the next 15 minutes.
We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with Joy and a look at your weather with Jeannette. Good morning, Jeannette.
Good morning. So you've been hearing me say how temperatures are going to be near normal, and take a look at the 10-day temperature trend. I also mentioned earlier how I'm not forecasting any 100-degree days for the rest of this month. We'll be in the low 90s through at least Thursday, about 92 today and tomorrow, closer to 93 Thursday, possibly mid-90s from Friday through Monday, perhaps even into the middle of next week. And we'll get maybe up to 96 by the 4th of July. Average high this week, 93. By next week, that average high climbs to 94. So for the last week of June and as we kick off the first few days of July, still no triple-digit heat. I like that. Live look outside Raul Beat Rodriguez Law weather camera. Right now it's 74 degrees and mostly cloudy. The air is saturated, and we're going to have the cloud cover through mid-morning, and then for the rest of the day we'll see a mix of sun and clouds. With the humidity, heat index this afternoon of 100 degrees. 30% rain chance, that's especially between 4 and 8, with an increase in tropical moisture plus the sea breeze and daytime heating. Few showers or a thunderstorm possible. Looks like that rain chance will continue tomorrow. We'll check out your extended forecast zone by zone coming up in under 10 minutes.
I-10 and I-35, two roads that you do not want to be on this morning, at least on the northeast side of San Antonio as you're heading into town. We've got two delays here on I-10, up to 25 minutes right now. The westbound lanes, it's because of an 18-wheeler that's rolled over there near Trainer Hale Road. Only one lane is open and the frontage road is completely closed. On I-35 southbound, as you're approaching Loop 1604, we're down to one lane starting at Olympia Parkway. 25-minute delay here as well, and that's all because of some construction. Now we've got David Mendoza out in road cam right now bringing us this live picture from east of San Antonio. He's been working the country roads, trying to get back around to I-10. He drove by that wreck there with that 18-wheeler a little bit earlier, but because of the significant closures, he's kind of had to do a workaround to get back towards that area. In the meantime, we've kind of been enjoying the scenery. David, good morning.
Hello and good morning. Yes, I've had the chance to drive through Marion, Texas, a beautiful little town out here in the countryside, or at least what I consider the countryside. Trying to make my way back to this accident. This is actually where all the traffic is being diverted that you see in front of me now. I might be getting stuck out here yet again, but this 18-wheeler should be somewhere in front of me. Hopefully in the next 10 minutes or so, I'll be able to have a live picture up for you. The 18-wheeler is on its side. They are trying to get it off the ground right now. I'll keep you updated and let you know. Back to you.
Okay, David, thank you. We will bring you that live update right here with your on-time traffic as soon as we get it.
Guys, thank you. That's a mess. 6:43 right now. This morning, the medical examiner has ID'd the man who was shot and killed outside of a local bar. He is 32-year-old Alan Roquemore. He was shot and killed early Saturday at the corner of North Alamo and 8th Street. They say Roquemore got into a fight. That person, the suspect, shot and killed him, and then that person took off. If you have any information, please call police.
We're getting a look at the man who was arrested in connection to a deputy-involved shooting. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says 34-year-old Joshua Brian Garcia is facing charges for evading arrest as well as several out-of-county charges. Deputies say Garcia led them on a chase in a stolen car Saturday before he hit a dead end. The deputy got out and attempted to make contact with Garcia when he started driving toward the deputy. That's when the deputy opened fire, hitting Garcia several times. Garcia has been released from the hospital.
A local man going to prison for 45 years for killing his wife. Carlos Portilla shot Sheila Jo Portilla Hanks last January at their apartment off I-10 in Vance Jackson. Now, he's got a lengthy criminal history that goes back almost 30 years that includes assault and evading arrest charges.
This morning, we still do not know the fate of the Bexar County Emergency Services District 4 Fire Chief's job. Monday night, the county board members of District 4 on the far northwest side, which includes Fair Oaks Ranch, met after Chief Craig Ramon turned in his resignation. Several complaints were made against the chief recently by some of the emergency crews that work under him. One firefighter told the board last night that crews are tired, overworked, understaffed, and that is affecting the safety of the community. But Steve Yeager, who hired Chief Ramon, disagrees, and last night he urged the board not to accept Ramon's resignation.
And if you get a resignation from our chief, I ask you to consider whether or not you're going to accept it, because I don't think you should. I think he deserves this job. I offered it to him. I fought for him to get it. Y'all agreed to it. You said go get a college degree, and you can have it, and he did.
We will let you know what the board decides on air and online at news4sa.com.
Well, 4th of July, just a little over a week away. And for most students out of school, there are some things to keep in mind before you head out and party, and it can be very dangerous out on the Texas roadways.
News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon joins us live with what you need to know. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. You know, a lot of college kids, they'll take advantage of this 4th of July holiday, but drinking and driving, those celebrations can lead to really some deadly results. In fact, more than 1,000 people were killed in DUI alcohol-related crashes on Texas roads alone last year. And in the San Antonio area, there were more than 2,200 DUI alcohol-related traffic crashes that led to 72 fatalities. So you can expect to see more law enforcement on the roadways all the way through the 4th of July holiday across the state. It's all part of TxDOT's Drive Sober, No Regrets anti-drunk driving campaign. It goes all the way through July 13th. In fact, listen to what one local father who lost his son to a drunk driver had to say.
Charles was a great son. He was a brother to Serenity and Trinity who thought the world of him. It's not a day go by I don't think about my son. We didn't get a chance to see Charles graduate college. We never got the opportunity to see him sitting around the kitchen table with his wife and kids during the holidays.
And Charles was actually helping a friend. He was in college. He was on the side of the road helping his friend change a flat tire when he got hit by a drunk driver. Now, once you get caught for DWI, it can result not only in jail time, legal hassles, a loss of your driver's license, and up to a $17,000 fine, and all those legal fees. So simply not worth the hassle, and so many other consequences. Not worth the risk indeed. So stick with this campaign. It is not worth the risk, and it can land you with so many other problems in the future. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Time now is 6:47. In just a few hours, the San Antonio Spurs will unveil a new jersey patch sponsor, making a return to partnership branding for the team. A media event is scheduled today at the Frost Bank Center, where team leaders are expected to announce what they're calling a major partnership. The Spurs have not had a jersey patch sponsor since 2024, when their deal with Austin-based Self Financial ended after 2 seasons.
Well, VIA says it has new plans to better utilize one of the most controversial projects. The News 4i team has been reporting on the Stone Oak Park and Ride structure ever since it opened in 2018. Now, it cost about $25 million to build, plus $7 million to construct a dedicated ramp from Highway 281 north. Yet a fraction of its 400 parking spaces are being used, and that obviously is frustrating to folks who paid for it, you, the taxpayer.
Are we going to see that park and ride be used more?
Yes. So that's part of this, what we included in the Better Bus Plan is more activity to happen in and around that parking garage there at Stone Oak.
How VIA hopes to get your money's worth out of the much criticized project. The News 4i team Waste Watch. Don't miss Jay Avila tonight at 10 o'clock right here on News 4.
Looking ahead, the San Antonio Parks Foundation is bringing back its HEB 4th of July celebration. It's a free event with lots of activities. Fitness sessions start at 8 o'clock in the morning. There will also be a carnival with several vendors, and the night will end with a drone show and fireworks.
When you're out, you're going to remember 4th of July at Woodlawn Lake and the fireworks over the water and being out there and enjoying, just having a good time. And I think that is part of the fabric of San Antonio that continues to build. That's our legacy.
Organizers recommend bringing blankets and chairs to enjoy the celebration. It's all happening at Woodlawn Lake Park on July 4th from 11 to 9:30.
Well, developing right now, people in New Braunfels will start to have to pay more for their utilities.
News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis is live right now with what that price hike looks like and what this means for customers. Good morning, Tawny.
Good morning. Members of the New Braunfels City Council voted to approve the proposed city utility rate increase. Now, NBU customers will see a $16 increase for those who receive electric, water, and wastewater services from the utility. Those who irrigate their lawns will also see an increase to their bill. That will now be about $26 more to each bill. The CEO of NBU says these changes are needed in order to keep up with the growing population of the city.
rate increases are never welcome, and we understand that, but we want to make sure that whenever you flip that light switch on, or you turn on the tap, or you flush the toilet, that the utilities work.
Customers can expect these new rate increases to kick in August as NBU services more than 60,000 customers. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
All right, Tawny, thank you. We've got some new video just into our newsroom. This is the president leaving the White House for that NATO summit. He spoke to reporters within the last 45 minutes or so. He is angry. Very harsh words for Israel before he got onto Air Force One. Let's listen in.
These guys got to calm down. It's ridiculous. I didn't like plenty of things I saw yesterday. I didn't like the fact that Israel unloaded right after we made the deal. They didn't have to unload. And I didn't like the fact that the retaliation was very strong. But in all fairness, Israel unloaded a lot. And now I hear Israel just went out because they felt it was violated by one rocket that didn't land anywhere. That's not what we want, I'll tell you. And I'm telling you, I'm not happy about that, Israel, either.
This is just some of the social media posts. I will say this. He posted this within the last 15 minutes. It says simply, Israel, do not drop these bombs. If you do, it's a major violation. Bring your pilots home now. That ceasefire was in effect, according to all parties, just hours ago. Again, we are working to get you the very latest. There will be more coming up within the next 10 minutes right here on NBC On Today. Texas lawmakers headed back to Austin next month for a special session, and right now the governor and the lieutenant governor seem to be at odds. So Governor Abbott vetoed one of Dan Patrick, the lieutenant governor's biggest priorities, a ban on THC. The governor says he wants to regulate THC sales rather than an outright ban, while Lieutenant Governor Patrick is not mincing words with his colleague.
Hard to think of a time in which the lieutenant governor has been so openly angry at the governor. And as much as he tries to, say that he's not mad at the governor, in some sense, when he says it over and over and over again, it sort of makes you think that maybe, in fact, he is mad at the governor.
Well, that special session was called for Monday, July 21st. The governor also calling for massive regulation for THC industry in that special session.
Now your certified most accurate four-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Looks like it's going to be steamy today.
It is, but just how it should be this time of the year.
Okay.
Humid, yes. Now, the humidity levels are elevated because of the recent rainfall, and that will be especially noticeable today and tomorrow because there's actually some tropical moisture that's coming up from the Gulf.
It's like a vacation.
Yeah, when you hear me say tropical.
Yeah, there you go.
Watch out for mosquitoes, the other thing.
That's another thing. And with that increase in tropical moisture, I think we'll see a few more showers or a thunderstorm. Not everyone will see the rain, but some spots could see a brief pocket of heavy rain. We'll talk more about that coming up. Let's start with the tropics because in the eastern Pacific basin, there is a broad area of low pressure currently sitting off the coast of Central America. This is a development zone. As this slowly tracks to the west-northwest in the coming days, it does enter an environment a little more conducive for tropical development. Could develop by the weekend as it gets closer to the southern coast of Mexico. And over the next 7 days, it has a 70% chance of tropical development. That is in the eastern Pacific basin. Next name on the list, Flossie. In the Atlantic basin, the National Hurricane Center increasing this to a 50% chance of tropical development. It's a broad area of low pressure that's sitting over the northern Atlantic Ocean. No threat to any land mass. It looks like it will track off towards the northeast. We are seeing clouds increasing across south central Texas. From the cloud cover, could see a few raindrops, but some steadier rain over far west Texas. That's from El Paso into New Mexico. Some of that rain reaching the panhandle closer to the coast. With that area of low pressure that's over the northwestern Gulf, we're seeing some isolated showers and storms. And this will be tracking a little farther south. That is what's going to send some tropical showers this far inland. When the heating of the day and the sea breeze peak, that's going to increase our chance for rain. The closer you are to the coast, the higher the chance of rainfall. Meanwhile, there is an upper level ridge that's parked across the eastern U.S. and on the western side of that, you can see the clouds and the rain. And we're also on the western fringe of that ridge. That's why it's not going to be as hot here, but it's really going to get hot across the eastern U.S. So much so that there those are heat advisories highlighted in orange. Heat index values in those spots over 105, maybe as high as 115, and that's pretty dangerous for that part of the country. They're not accustomed to that type of heat, especially this time of the year. It is already a lot warmer across the Northeast than it is here in Texas. 75 in town, 87 in D.C., 81 in New York City, and the heat will really peak there today. We're going to see that disturbance moving inland later today into tomorrow. A couple showers or a thunderstorm. And tomorrow, later in the day, could see a few more showers or a thunderstorm. So watch out after 4 p.m. May have to dodge a couple showers or a thunderstorm. Once we lose the heating of the day after 8 p.m., that chance for rain decreases. This setup continues for your Wednesday. So 30% rain chance today and tomorrow, high 92. Lower rain chances by the end of the week into the weekend. And by that time, temperatures may increase a degree or two, but still not crazy hot. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. Increased rain chance in the eastern zone today through tomorrow.
Live from the east side, News 4 San Antonio's David Mendoza was finally able to reach this scene here along I-10. It took him a long time just because of how much of the highway has been shut down. Now that we can see what's happening there, this is going to shed some light on where we are in the process and why we had to shut down so much of the highway. David, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Well, that's right, Joy. I finally made it after driving through the country all morning. So we have some firefighters still on this overturned 18-wheeler up here. We're down to 1 lane. The frontage road at Zool is closed when you're headed eastbound, or westbound towards the city. There is a car coming up this way. I'm not sure what he's doing, but it is still very active right now. They have not yet turned this 18-wheeler over. This is going to be a problem I can foresee for the next couple of hours or so. But I'm just glad that I made it out here and was able to show you the image of the actual 18-wheeler turned over and firefighters working on it. Have a great day and drive safe. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We appreciate it as always. We were hoping we might have made a little bit more progress by now, but yeah, still a 25-minute delay behind that issue east of San Antonio. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
All right, thank you, Joy. A lot going on today.
Lots going on. NBC will have the very latest on the president's reaction to the Middle East.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.